But then you guys, the coaching staffs, moves that has left us or left like some above nation, like wondering why Coach Dancy left, why Coach Loho left, but they went on to better opportunities for them, down at Mississippi State. Two young, great coaches that was on our staff that Coach Prime identified to bring along to be a part of the success that was had this past year in the 94 season. But of course, he's going to have guys to replace them. You see what's been announced. Coach Hilo going to be working with the edges. We saw the contribution he had last year working with the linebackers, and just the other Coach Hageman and Coach Gunnar White will be working with the offensive line as of right now for the spring. And like he said, with the same thing with the coaching staff and with the players, it's still evaluation time in the spring. So what we see right now might not be what we see heading into the summertime. So just hold your horses and just, he's looking to make the best move. His next move, his best move, at the end of the day, I think it was what Coach Prime is doing. So what are some staff moves that you are, looking for, you're excited about, maybe make, scratch your head? What are your thoughts overall on all of the staff moves?
Yeah, to kind of lead off here, Bill McCartney is going to have his celebration of life at the CU Event Center tomorrow. I'm going to go to that. And one of the things that Bill McCartney did a great job while he was building up Colorado's program, and they eventually won a national championship in 1990, is that he elevated coaches very similar to the way that Coach Prime has been doing early in his tenure at Colorado. And I didn't get a chance to cover Coach Mack at CU, but obviously over the years, I have spoken to so many people and talked about his legacy. And I was fortunate enough to get to know Coach Mack personally after he was retired. But there were talented coaches leaving that program every year. And Bill McCartney knew how to fill that role and do what Coach Prime seems to be doing right now. And so it is tough when you built the feelings towards Vincent Dancy, and he's on the behind the scenes videos and everybody falls in love with his personality, and he did a great job with that edge group this past season. But I feel like the last couple of years have taught us that Coach Prime does a pretty good job of filling those roles, and in a lot of cases actually even improves that. Now, George Hilo was, of course, Robert Livingston's eyes up in the press box last year. Heard that he had a big hand in some of those halftime adjustments, and so he is a well-respected coach. It's going to be a new experience for him in terms of the edge, but I think if you're going to keep a George Hilo around, you got to elevate him into that role when you have an opportunity to give him. So that made a whole lot of sense. And it seems like he and Livingston seem to have a really good chemistry just in terms of the X's and O's. And so it's good to have him back.
Sorry about that. What are some of the main stories out there that you guys have been covering from, right there, ground zero, I guess you could say, that's pretty kind of like has been the most covered thing, most viral thing, I guess, going on? What's the main topic right now that everybody's just talking about?
Well, you've got now a contact period with recruiting, and so you're seeing a lot of scholarship offers go out to 2026 prospects, because this is an opportunity where you've kind of put together your 2025 recruiting class for the most part, and so you have this opportunity as a coaching staff to get out on the road and stop by high schools. And it's kind of a tedious task of hitting the road, and you're probably not eating all that well when you're out there as a coach, but you're able to kind of lay the groundwork for recruiting going forward. And just today, I think it was 4 or 5 new offers that went out to guys. And we see Coach Box from the recruiting staff go out to North Fort Myers High School and check in on defensive lineman James Johnson, who goes to the same high school that Coach Prime went to. And they're trying to make a strong effort there. He's a blue chip recruit out of that area. And so you're starting to see the 2026 recruiting really pick up. And so that's one of the things we really cover pretty heavily in this stretch between that bowl game and getting to spring ball. And so I'm going to do another feature kind of breaking down a bunch of the targets that you should keep an eye on in this 2026 class because recruiting is, like I said, starting to heat up there.